Hello, all of you vaingloriously wonderful people, and welcome back to my $1 billion GTA Online Garage Tour Showcase. Today, we will be visiting my garages at my Del Perro apartment and on Exceptionalists Way, along with a stop in my vehicle warehouse to take a look at 8 vehicles from Coil and Hijack that cost just under $20 million. Let's get started. We kick things off today with Coil, starting with the Brawler. This off-roader has been with us for over a decade, arriving with the Ill-Gotten Gains update in the summer of 2015. It is probably best known as being one of the cars in GTA Online to have terrible brakes, but I'm not sure that is entirely fair to the Brawler. Its brakes can work just as well as any other car, but only when you aren't slamming the brake pedal to the floor. Instead, just apply the brakes halfway and you can slow the Brawler down without issue. It can be tough to remember that, and practically impossible if you were a weirdo using a keyboard to drive, so most Brawler drivers overshoot every turn or corner, hilariously careening into whatever obstacle happens to be in front of them. But if you can remember to brake lightly, you'll find that the Brawler is a fairly capable off-roader. Less than 10% of its power goes to the front wheels, so you'll want to be careful about the rear wheels spinning, and its high ride height means it has a tendency to roll over in high-speed turns. But those things aside, you can have a ton of fun taking a Brawler off-roading. Though if you want one, you'll have to buy it off another player inside the LS car meet because, last time I checked, the Brawler was still unavailable to purchase from in-game websites. When the Coil Cyclone released in 2017, it seemed like the writing was on the wall for the internal combustion engine. EVs were the way forward, destined to replace all other cars within a decade. Customer demand and shifting political policy has since put a damper on that outlook, causing the market for electric supercars and hypercars to all but vanish. Worse still, the insanely huge horsepower numbers and incredibly low 0 to 60 times have become somewhat common. Even your neighbor's Hyundai EV can zoom up to illegal speeds with ease. It's all a shame, really, because there have been a lot of truly great electric cars over the past decade or so. The Rimac Concept 1, upon which the Cyclone is roughly based, is just one of many seriously impressive high-end EVs we've seen. Oh well, at least the Cyclone is still a lot of fun in GTA Online. Like a lot of the other all-wheel drive EVs in the game, you can do burnouts with your choice of the front or rear wheels. And like all of the others, you will suffer crippling understeer if you even think about touching the accelerator pedal while in a corner. When the Coil Cyclone II was introduced, I thought it was pretty much just the Cyclone with HSW modifications applied. The so-called enhanced version of GTA had not yet reached PC at that time, so I never really noticed the difference between the two cars. But once the enhanced version finally made its way to PC and I bought the Cyclone II, all of the differences became readily apparent. This has a slightly different greenhouse and decidedly more aggressive front and rear faces. On top of that, its performance was improved over the original Cyclone. Top speed, lap times, gear shifts in an electric car, braking, and even grip were all improved. And that was before you drop another $500,000 into the Cyclone II for all of the HSW upgrades. Once you've done that, this thing becomes an absolute monster. While its top speed will never be on par with the fastest cars in the game, its acceleration is truly impressive. The GTA Wiki claims the Cyclone II can go from 0 to 62 in just 1.7 seconds. And now that I own one, I believe it. I was kinda surprised that the Coil Raiden was not removed for purchase in-game back during the Great Purge. Rockstar's explanation for removing so many cars were that they were lesser used, and I guess I just assumed the Raiden had to fit into that category. Because, let's be honest here, this car is not really anything special. Its styling isn't remarkable, and neither is its lap time or top speed. Since it got dumped into the sports class instead of sedans, it has no hopes for being competitive for racing, and when it comes time to drop nearly $1.4 million on a car, there are models with far more appealing designs. At least it doesn't share the poor build quality of its real-life inspiration, so we don't have to worry about inconsistent panel gaps, trim pieces falling off, or weird odors coming from the interior. We also don't have to worry about it being from a company headed up by one of the weirdest people to ever walk the earth. Before we move on to the next 4 vehicles, I want to remind you that this is just one video in my growing $1 Billion Garage Tour series. If you want to learn a bit more about the series, then be sure to check out the first video in the playlist. I own over 600 vehicles in GTA Online, with a combined cost of just over $1 billion. I'm going to feature every last one of them, so if you are a fan of collecting vehicles in GTA Online, then be sure to get subscribed so you don't miss out. And if you enjoyed this video, please remember to hit the like button and drop a comment letting me know which car you love or which one you hate. Or maybe just leave an emoji that sums up how you feel about Coil as a car manufacturer. Also, if you would like to have your own cars featured in the background, join the Vainglorious Discord to find out how you can take part. Now, let's get back to the cars. This is the Coil Rocket Voltic. Okay, well it was. Hold on, let's reset. Okay, try again. This is the Coil Rocket Voltic. One more try. This is the Coil Rocket Voltic. Whew, looks like we're safe this time. If memory serves me right, this was the first rocket-powered car available in GTA Online. And I've kind of always loved it, especially since it took an incredibly slow electric supercar and strapped a big old rocket engine to the back to overcome that reputation for being slow. It has also been able to provide hours of fun and a ton of good laughs. Who hasn't been in one of these and saw a decent incline and thought, that's the perfect spot to hit the rocket to go flying? It'll be amazing! Only to get hit by a windmill or overshoot and land in the middle of the Alamo Sea. At least here in the airport, there is plenty of area to test out that rocket-powered boost without too much fear of something going horribly wrong. You just have to keep your eye out for all the other players in their rocket-powered vehicles. Okay, so real talk time. The only reason I own a Coil Voltic is because I want it. I think I got it from the Lucky Wheel or something, I can't really remember. And if we're keeping it in the 100, I'm not even sure I ever upgraded this car. It's not like it would really matter because no amount of upgrades is ever going to turn this car into something quick. Even when it is fully upgraded, it is still the slowest supercar and the 3rd slowest around the track. I suppose there was a time when its styling would have been cool and modern, but that time has long since came and went. Even its limited number of cosmetic add-ons are fairly dull. About the only positive thing I can think to say about this car is that it is one of the few that made sense for removal from purchase in-game. I truly cannot remember the last time I saw someone driving one. But if you do want one for some strange reason, you'll have to buy it from a friend in the LS car meet. That is, if they aren't stuck on a racetrack just before the finish line because the batteries were drained. Moving on from Coil to Hijack, we have the Khamelion. This is another one of those cars that was added back when the last gen of consoles got a newer enhanced version of the game. For a while, it was free for owners of the collector's edition of the game and out of stock for everyone else. That all changed with the latest enhanced version of the game, and it is now free for everyone. And it's a good thing it's free because I doubt anyone would really buy it otherwise. That isn't to say I dislike this car, I actually like it quite a bit. Well, I like its looks at least. It isn't the greatest to drive. It does have the distinction of being the second ever hybrid vehicle in the game though, and it even features a solar panel on the roof that would seem to suggest it can recharge without being plugged in. Personally, I don't think I've driven this car in at least 5 years, and I doubt I will anytime soon. The Hijack Ruston is our final car today, and like many of the cars we've looked at, I only own it for the sake of having a mostly complete car collection. I'm fairly certain the only reason I bought it was so that I could own both the cars from Hijack. Aside from recording this video, I'm not sure I have ever driven it. I'm glad it's in my collection though, since it can no longer be purchased in-game. I kind of like having something rare or otherwise unobtainable in my car collection. There is a chance you can win one from the casino lucky wheel if you land on the mystery prize, but those chances are fairly slim. The Ruston is unimpressive in terms of performance, and the majority of its customization options don't really do anything to drastically change the look of the car. About the only exception to that is the different roll cages you can install, but I always felt those made it look too much like a buggy instead of a street car. And that wraps it up for these 8 cars from Coil and Hijack in my $1 billion garage tour for GTA Online. Next time, we will join both of my characters across several different garages to take a look at 18 vehicles from the Classy in what will be the first of 3 videos for that manufacturer. Don't forget, if you enjoyed today's tour of vehicles from Coil and Hijack, be sure to hit the like button and leave a comment letting me know which one was your favorite, or which one you absolutely hate. And if you want to see all of the 600 plus vehicles I own, get subscribed with notifications so you don't miss a single video. Until next time, I'm Brandon, reminding you to stay vainglorious.